Hello, Ray Phoenix here, and this is something I've been waiting for a long time. Finally making a video of the final boss of Jumping Flash 3 on the Ps1. It's the final boss time now. We've all waited this for a long time now. Finally gonna fight the final boss. It looks like we're gonna be fighting him on some asteroid out in orbit. Let's go there. I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm pressing. This is the first time a Jumping Flash final boss is actually a challenge. The first two bosses are pushovers in the first two final bosses, but this isn't a pushover at all. There's a lot of other bosses in this game that are pushovers, but this one isn't, because the final boss. I see those different colored robots, they're all looking at that jellyfish thing. That jellyfish thing's gonna be the final boss. I have no idea what that is, or what any of its relevance is to this game. Heck, this game doesn't even really have much of a story, as it's just simply about Robert doing chores for people, Robert used to save the world from people want to rip it apart, or even save other worlds from people want to rip it apart too. But this time around, people are just making Robert do chores for them. Hey Robert, can you clean my garage? Hey Robert, can you do this for me? Hey Robert, could you do my job for me so I can still get paid? And have you do all the work for me? Yeah, that's pretty much what it's like. Of course, this is actually a legitimate challenge. It's going to take me a lot of times to do this. There's so much everywhere. It's like a barrage of weapons fire. There's no like health rechargers, and you don't even get the same kind of weapons in this game that you did in the first two games. In the first two games, you got like cherry bombs. You even got like some like Roman candles. In this game, those are very scary. They're almost non-existent in this game. You have to buy them pretty much with coins you collect. Yeah, the coins you get in this game could actually be used as currency. Yeah, this first Jumping Flash game actually have a currency. Too bad it's probably the only one too. But then again, I don't know much about Pocket. That was my first attempt to see there. Apparently there was another Jumping Flash game called Pocket Moo Moo, I think is what it was called. It's like a Jumping Flash spin-off game that came out on the PlayStation back in 1999. Again, just like this game, it's a Japanese exclusive. Just like this game is. Because, those Japanese versions of games typically are more challenging than their American counterparts are. I bet if they were to make an American counterpart of this game, the final boss might be easier. But look at this, there's me playing the Japanese version to prove I really am the master at Jumping Flash. I say I am. I will fail. Well, it takes a true master to fail at the final boss and to admit he fails. Sometimes admitting you're scared is one of the bravest things you could do. I learned that from some Civil War movie I watched some time ago. I forget which one it was. When some kid has to go and fight in the Civil War. Yeah, I don't think I wonder if they had like high-tech gadgets and high-tech weaponry back in the Civil War, the outcome would have been very different. So I was wondering that would be like famous wars in history being fought with high-tech technology, or unrealistic technology, like in this game. This game's very unrealistic in terms of technology. It's supposed to be some kind of future world. We're in some kind of place called Hanama. I think it's called Hanamu, or however you say that. A lot of characters and things from the first two Jumping Flash games are almost non-existent in this game. Even Robert looks very different. I think I already made another video about this game before. I brought that up. Even Robert looks very different. Of course, I've been using the cliche that since I don't know who it is I'm fighting, I like to pretend there's someone that did something bad. I already used Kappa and Tammy Newborn a lot as busts for, so I'm gonna go with something different this time. I like to pretend I'm fighting the FCC, and I'm fighting against those people, the FCC, that got rid of Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah, they got rid of Saturday morning cartoons. That's something new age kids will never know about, thanks to the dang FCC. And I'm fighting their jellyfish right now, and I'll take them down. And I'll finally prove to the world that the FCC is nothing but a bunch of fraud people. Yeah, if I worked for the FCC, I'd be as proud of working for the FCC as Alec Guinness was proud of being in Star Wars. Because we know Alec Guinness wasn't proud of being in Star Wars, right? He actually didn't like Star Wars at all. Alec Guinness, a reluctant pop culture icon. Some people even ask why he didn't like Star Wars. Well, Star Wars is just, something he was in. That's what he would say. He's been in a lot of things that were better than Star Wars. I just watched Alec Guinness in a movie a few days ago. I watched the movie Murder by Death. And Alec Guinness plays a blind butler in that movie. It was pretty good. It also had Peter Sellers in it, and Maggie Smith, and Peter Falk. It had a lot of great old actors in it from the 70s. I like 70s movies. 70s movies are pretty entertaining sometimes, especially when they star Alec Guinness. Alec Guinness is the best. Pretty much any movie Alec Guinness in, or most movies that Alec Guinness is in, are sure to be good. I recommend watching Alec Guinness movies. You can find a lot of them on archive.org. I love archive.org. I'm going to be uploading this to archive.org, by the way. If archive.org lets me upload this, though. Archive.org seems to be kind of finicky sometimes about things people upload to it. But at least they're more liberal about things than YouTube is, so that's pretty good. I'll be uploading this to YouTube, dailymotionarchive.org too. Same with all my other new videos. Pretty much, eventually all my videos I have on YouTube, they're all going to be on archive.org and Dailymotion eventually. So we took out the first form of the final boss. We destroyed the jellyfish form. Now it's going to turn into something else. What's this going to be? Now look, it's turned to some kind of seal, some kind of seething. Oh, god dang, now it's a seething. It's gonna be really powerful. It's really strong. It's gonna push us off the edge of this moon thing that we're on, this rock thing, or whatever this rock formation is. So you jump over here. See, there's a dead rabbit up there, but if you go over here, it's another dead rabbit, but it actually gives you something. Look, we got some kind of... Oh, it's a Roman candle, yeah. Look what we could do with this Roman candle. Yeah, we could take out a lot of its health. Doesn't really work very well, though. But, yeah, we took out a good chunk of its health with that Roman candle. I think it's called a Roman candle. That's what it's called in the first two games. But of course, we're still probably gonna lose. That's just it. You have to play your cards here, right? It took me 2 hours of me playing for this final boss just to beat it. However, I think that actually might closely rival how many attempts it took for me to fight the final boss in Super Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. That boss took me a lot of attempts too, and of course, yeah, I see we failed again. I see, of course, we failed. Again. So, my health is kind of low this time. And I think his health is low. I got his health down pretty low too. And now, okay, so... Alright, so we got his health down very low now. Our health is low, but so is his. It's just a bunch of jumping on top of him and shooting at him and knowing when to strike at the correct timing. That's all it is, really. You just have to hit him a bunch of times, jump on like what I'm doing. And it's a lot of it's luck, too. You see, I just got killed again there. It's all about luck. It's pretty much all about being in the right place at the right time. Again, kind of like the final boss in Super Empire Strikes Back. It's all about luck. It's all about knowing where to be in the right place at the right time. There isn't very much skill. Well, there is skill. It would be inaccurate if there's no skill at all involved in it, but there is skill, but it seems to be more about luck, which I don't like. It should be entirely about skill. A game like this should be entirely about skill. Not about luck. No, you can also do body slams. I forgot to mention. I'm not sure I mentioned that in the previous video I made of this game. You can also do body slams if you press the triangle button. You can slam down on your enemies, doing a lot of damage against them. And I think he's... Is he? Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, I destroyed him. So there you go. There's the final boss in Jumping Flash Free. And we got money for that, even though the game's over. I'm probably not going to have much use for that money anymore. I'm not sure. Is there a good ending or a bad ending? I don't know if the ending's good or bad or not. It's given how much of a story as is. It's all in Japanese, unless you know how to speak Japanese. Or you get some kind of like commencement statement saying like, or some kind of ending statement like, oh, thank you very much indeed. Ooh, ending video. This would be like the whole thing was written in a book or something like that. What are those things? They're snow globes or something like that? The end, yeah, that's all we get is just at the end. Roberts jumps into action. I'm gonna watch the credits. Yeah, this is Jumping Flash Free. This game is, as I said before, this game is very good, I think. It's very fun. It's probably not as good as the first two Jumping Flash games, but it's still really good. It has its merits. It's hard to figure things out sometimes. Well, that's because it's all in Japanese, because this game only came out in Japan, and I can't read Japanese at all. I can recognize Japanese, but I can't read Japanese at all. I have no idea what it's saying. So yes, it's showing the people from this. There's those Power Ranger guys, those block-headed Power Rangers. There's those guys that look like the KKK, and there's some other guy, the superhero guy we see in this game. There's that guy, it's like Baron Aloha, but he seems to be a filmmaker. There's that other thing that looks like one of those mushroom things from Mario. And then there's this moo-moo. Yeah, I remember there were moo-moos in this game. I remember that now. There's some desert venue scene or some western venue scene. There's that part where in that sky place where you have to jump on everything. This game had a lot of stuff, a lot going for it. And I say it pulled it off pretty well. I think this game's pretty fun to play. If you can find it. Oh, look, and there's Quack from Peep in the Big Wide World. Yeah, Quack and from Peep in the Big Wide World is a boss in this game. Yeah. I wonder how copyright's like in Japan. I wonder if it's normal for people in Japan to steal things from Westerners and use them in their games or use them in their... I've heard Dragon Ball Z may have done stuff like that. I know it steals a lot of stuff from Star Wars or it takes inspired by stuff. I don't know. I never read Dragon Ball Z, any of those manga. I never watched an episode of Dragon Ball. I don't even think I've seen a whole episode of Dragon Ball Z in its entirety. I never watched Dragon Ball. One friend of mine had a funny explanation of what Dragon Balls from Dragon Ball Z were. He said Dragon Balls are those red and white balls that Pokemon come out of. There's a whole show about them, just those balls called Dragon Ball Z. No, that's not what Pokeballs were. There was actually an incident at Burger King that involved Pokeballs, though, where a few young children, like young infant children, got killed because of those clippy things they had in those Burger King toy Pokeballs from 1999 when Burger King had Pokemon toys. And since then, Burger King doesn't really like advertising their kids' meals anymore, or at least they don't advertise them with toys anymore. They seem to put a strong emphasis on you could get something else instead within a kid's meal. But then again, kids' meals toys are kind of becoming a thing of the past. I don't know very many places that still have kids' meal toys. McDonald's being one of the only ones left. But a lot of other places I go to, like Burger King and a lot of places, they don't seem to have toys anymore. But I guess that's a good thing, actually. It's just a bunch of cheap plastic. It's gonna break. And probably it's probably not environmentally friendly either, so kids these days just aren't into toys as much anymore. Kids are more into video games now, and guns, and flamethrowers. Why do you think Spaceballs the Flamethrower was a big hit among kids? Yeah. So these credits actually go on for quite some time. And there, the book is closed. Just giving us some more additional credits. And stuff I don't know what that means at all. Again, I don't know how to read that. I don't read Japanese. I'd like to read Japanese. I really would wish I could speak Japanese, but I can't. So, yeah. Well, more is there. I know there's something more. There's gotta be something in these credits. But yeah, there's something in these credits. This is telling me that oh, I think this thing to do with trading cards I collect. It's asking me like an option. Like, what do you want to do? Option 1, option 2. I don't know what I'm clicking on at all. I have no idea what I'm doing at all. So it's like it might as well be. I don't know. I could be signing someone's death warrant right now, or maybe I'm making decisions that are going to end the world. I don't know because I don't speak the Japanese, so I don't know. If I could, I wish I could speak Japanese. I could translate this for all of you, but well, again, as I keep saying, I know I sound like a broken record, but I really wish I could speak Japanese. It actually is a pretty interesting language, a pretty unique, interesting language. Japan itself's a pretty interesting and unique place. I'd definitely love to go to Japan someday. I wouldn't mind working on an anime someday in the future, or working on a manga or something like that. I'd like to see that someday, yeah. I wonder if they'll ever make anime of some of the stuff that I've created. Yeah, that would sound pretty entertaining. I mean, there's Marvel anime and there's Star Wars anime, and this game's very anime-like, so yeah, I guess it works that way too. All of the Saturday morning blocks they had were anime-based on 4Kids and things like that. So this is Ray Phoenix signing out.